Hi everyone. So today I'm going to start a crash course on React, learning React. So this will be a completely helpful for you if you're preparing for an interview or if you're trying to brush up your knowledge. And I will be after this course I will be giving a live project like a project demo as well, how we can implement. And I will be focusing on the functional components mainly for the example codings and all. So let's start with the first session. So of course, what is React? So React is nothing but a JavaScript library for building user interface. So if you're having a confusion like whether it's a JavaScript library or it's a complete framework like Angular and all, so it's not the complete framework because it React depends on its ecosystem to have the webpack, Babel, and routing. For all those things it have to depend on the ecosystem. So React is just a JavaScript library. It's an open source component based front end library responsible only for the view layer of the application. So irrespective of Angular and all, which is dependent on MVC, here it is depending only on the view layer. It was created by Jordan Walk, who was a software engineer at Facebook. Then render the application on the client side, which will remove the overhead on the server and will eventually save the resources. That means initially, whenever a client sends a request to the server, the HTML page was rendered on the server, and after that it was served to the client. So a request will go to the server, and then the response will be sent to the client. So it actually increases the load on the server, especially when the application size was big and requires continuous interaction. So that's why here in React, they're rendering the application on the client side itself. So we can see that the page does not refresh, but we get the like further process. When we click on some element, it actually processes it. So here that is a main advantage, that it doesn't send a response to the server for each click or else for each activity. So that is the other point. Now, why React if it is based on completely based on JavaScript? So we are saying that it is a JavaScript library. Then why can't it be just a JavaScript? So JavaScript, HTML, CSS alone makes the web development more complex, because JavaScript everything is having so many codes, right? Like a create element, append element. So for everything, for on click function, so every code it will be very technical, very coding perspective. So it will be very difficult for debugging, or else for like any manipulation if it comes. So it will be very difficult. Also, React is completely based on components. So if you want to repeat an element, we can simply copy that component, but that you will get to know later. So we can just implement that component alone. But here, if we are just using JavaScript, we need to copy that code again and again. So the line of code is getting increased, the complexity is getting increased, because if you want to change somewhere, then we need to change the everywhere where we have implemented it, right? So it goes on like that. So it is, that's why we can't simply use this JavaScript, but we are using React. So what are the next like features of React, which is like advanced from this plain JavaScript, that we will discuss later on. So thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.